Huffington Post has a groundbreaking story on Rick Santorum and his frat life at Penn State. Now, you know, of course, Rick Santorum thinks that it's snobby to want people to go to college. Ironically, he's gone to 3 different ones. He went undergrad, he got an MBA, and then he went to law school. But he did undergrad at Penn State, and apparently he was part of Tau Epsilon Phi. And Huffington Post went and talked to 4 of his frat brothers and other people that knew him at Penn State, because Rick Santorum also started talking about how he was, you know, he felt besieged as a conservative at Penn State, and that, you know, he felt like an outcast, and there were these liberal institutions who were trying to brainwash him and manipulate him, etc. So the 4 frat brothers that they talked to said, "What?" He's like, "He was one of the guys. We played poker. We drank a lot. We played basketball." I never got a sense that Rick was, like, you know, in a bunker.
He didn't seem besieged.
No. And then but my favorite part of the story is the pictures.
Yeah.
So they got a picture of him with all of his frat brothers.
Can you find Rick Santorum in the photo? All right, take a couple of seconds. Try to find him in the photo. I believe I have found him.
Is he the hairy dude on the right?
Bingo!
He's the hairy dude on the right.
He is indeed, right there.
Oh, that's funny.
And he's got a pipe in his mouth.
He's got a pipe in his mouth.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, he looks unbearable even back then.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
But nonetheless, that picture actually gave me a feeling of like Animal House. We're having fun. They're about to do a kegger. They're going to do, they might destroy something later tonight.
Yes.
Like, it looks good. It looks great.
You know, I've said this about Santorum since the race started, and I like repeating it, is that I think he's incredibly likable. Like,
really?
Yeah. No, when you see interviews with him and his family, like, no, remove the whole politics from it. Remove forget what he says when he's talking about politics. But when he's just talking like about his family, about being a dad, about being a guy, you know, Mitt Romney, you couldn't spend 40 seconds with, right? Newt Gingrich is one of the worst guys on the planet, right? Herman Cain and Michelle Bachmann were certifiably insane, right? Rick Santorum, like if you or I, Cenk, were dating Rick Santorum's daughter, or married to Rick Santorum's daughter, you'd be like, yeah, I'm going over to my father-in-law's house. We're going to grill some steaks and watch the game. And it would be totally fine.
That's funny. I don't get that sense from him
I
at all.
saw a whole Piers Morgan interview with him. And he was lovely. And I couldn't quite understand what took him so long to sort of catch fire, because he's likable personally.
I don't, well, I'm trying to follow with what you're saying, which, you know, I hear you. But you basically, it's like, take away the politics, take away the horrible things he said, and you have Rick Santorum. It's like, well, you know, the guy who robbed me last week, if you take from the fact that he beat me and took my wallet, he's a likable guy. What he is what you're taking away, you know?
No,
what is it about him?
That's totally a fair point. It's totally a fair point. I'm saying that in conversations where you see him talking about his family or what kind of dad he is, he's likable. Mitt Romney is still not.
No,
talking about
I
that.
actually understand what Ben is saying.
And,
like you look at Mitt Romney, you think there's not one genuine bone in this guy's
right.
body. I don't want to talk to him because I don't think it's a real conversation. It's annoying, right? Whereas Rick Santorum, you know, if he's talking about, let's say you caught him talking about the Steelers, you might be like, I like this guy. He likes the Steelers. I like the Steelers, etc.
Like he
and then he'll get on the topic of abortion. You're like, I was wrong. I don't like this guy at all.
I was mistaken. This is a hateful person.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what Ben's getting at. And what's interesting is that if you believe the story, it's somewhat true. They were like, he was a down-to-earth guy. We all had fun. He's like, and he wasn't this conservative. Like, they were all conservative at the time, he said. We weren't at Berkeley, one of the guys said. It was Penn State. It was rural Pennsylvania. We were pretty conservative, right? But what happened and what I got out of this is that when Rick Santorum went into politics, he developed this persona, right, of besieged victim of the liberal media and the liberal establishment, et cetera. And this goes along with other stories about how Rick Santorum was actually pro-choice until in fact, the guy who said that was Rick Santorum. They unearthed that in a 1995 interview. He said, I was pro-choice until I ran for office. And part of the reason that he went to pro-life is because a pro-life group worked really hard to get him elected in 1990. So he was like, it's good politics, so I'm going to go in that direction. So in the end, you get the sense that Rick Santorum used to be a sane person before he became a political sellout. And I think that's accurate.